new cycle. And low key, low key, South Node and Temperance, North Node and the Magician is the perfect time to start manifesting brand new cycles, brand new patterns. We're going through major shifts in everything all over globally right now, all over. So if ever there was a time to start creating new paradigms, new patterns, whenever it was if ever there were a time to start resonating higher aspects of everything to then create even higher aspects, it would be now. So we can break all of the like, last time we had this conjunction, last time we had this aspect, this happened. And then before that, that happened. Yeah, it was an old world, you know? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, yeah. So like, I mean, Venus retrograde, Venus also rules money. So it rules value and worth and pretty much all aspects of value and worth, right? So maybe Venus retrograde got him focused on money. Maybe at the same time, if you banked up good karma, Venus retrograde can bring you money. So I need to start looking at these job opportunities for reals, and stop just being like, oh no. I do look at them. I think about them. The Fool card and the King of Wands, but also at the same time, there is a certain there's always a certain element of resonance, right? The retrograde is happening in twin energy. Twin energy is the mirror. You get in what you put out, right? And so that's one way you're going to be able to recognize whether or not something is for you. Because it's like, okay, would this put out something comparable to what I'd put into it? Number one. Number two is, am I also in a space to manifest what it is that I truly want, right? And I ain't trying to call nobody out. Excuse me. It's just a question to ask yourself because it's the mirror and its value. So, like I said, it's like it's given us an opportunity to assess our own value and worth, and also to assess the value and worth of people coming into us. And sometimes the worth and the value that we assess other people as having is reflective of self-worth and self-value and things that still need to be addressed, right? And so if you yourself, it's all reflective, right? But also with Gemini, it's to be experienced at the same time. So I'm not an astrologer. I'm not an astrologer, so I wouldn't necessarily take my advice on any of this stuff. I'm just Patrick. I'm just Piscean Patrick. I'm not just Piscean Patrick, because Piscean Patrick is a lot to be. But at the same time, there are a lot of folks who are immensely more knowledgeable than I when it comes to astrology. I'm just a little Neptunian boy down here trying to make a dream a reality, right? Okay. What else don't I do? Okay, let's go through retrogrades. Pluto's been retrograde for a minute. I'm going to pull 3 cards for Pluto retrograde. What are the top 3 things that Pluto has to show us? This deck don't talk to me as much as the Pride Tarot. I kind of want to grab the Pride Tarot, but I'm not. What is Pluto retrograde? 3 things Pluto retrograde kind of sort of is showing us. Top, middle, bottom. Okay, ain't not want to come out. Top is the 5 of Cups. 5 of Cups for Pluto retrograde. Oof. What is that? The 6 of Wands for Pluto retrograde. Bottom of the deck, the 6 of Pentacles. 5 of Cups, 6 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles. For the Pluto retrograde, I actually really like the 6 of Pentacles for the Pluto retrograde because Pluto rules wealth. You know, Venus is worth. Pluto is wealth. It's the god. He's the god of the underworld. All of the precious ores and minerals. Wake this soul up more. You started saying you're a Pisces instead of a Scorpio. Well, Pisces will do it in a way. Scorpio can do it in a way that Pisces can't, though. Because I feel like Pisces is a very sort of reflective energy. It's a more collective energy. Scorpio is an intensely solitary energy. So it's almost like Scorpio could like pierce deeper than Pisces energy would because Scorpio rules that energy. I mean, it rules the underworld, right? So why are you always trying to dump that Scorpio? You need to claim that Scorpio. Um, so Pluto retrograde is sort of highlighting moments maybe that we've been unfulfilled in the past, right? Pluto is very powerful, but it's a very quiet power. Yeah, girl, I had a whole karmic. I had a whole karmic that I knew wasn't ish. I got no fulfillment, no satisfaction. I did it to be satisfied, at least physically, right? Got absolutely no satisfaction out of the interaction. Continue to have those interactions 4 or 5 times, not to mention all the other baggage that was attached to that situation. Patrick is a person just like everybody else. Patrick that made mistakes just like everybody else, right? Patrick's that made mistakes just like everybody else. Patrick's the made mistakes that some people don't make. Patrick's made mistakes that some people would say that they'd never make. And Patrick was just like, you know what? I got some good karma to burn, so why not? And the whole time Patrick was like, Patrick, like, you get you literally get nothing out of this. We don't know why you're doing this. Just because it's there doesn't mean like it's there and then you're not even like you're just like, "Oh, I wish it wasn't." Right? So why do you continue to engage with this? And then another part of Patrick is like, you keep doing this, it's just gonna, and I've talked about it. I've been nostalgic lately. So I've been watching old videos, right? I was talking about a chalkboard and how I keep going to the same chalkboard, trying to dust it off and write the same thing. And it's the same message every time. And then I had a few good weeks where I was like, you know what, chalkboard, I don't need the lesson this week. And then come the third week, and there I was repeating the lesson again. So yeah, I know that feeling. I know. I want to give all parts of me a chance to shine. I was claiming it. Oh, okay, I got you. I got you. But yeah, I've been in that situation before, and a lot of times when I interact with people, I can already tell whether or not I'm gonna like them. I have quite a bit of Pisces in my chart. I got Scorpio in my chart. I have Cancer in my chart. My North Node is in the eighth house, so my North Node is in the house of all that Scorpionic energy. My South Node is in Gemini, so sometimes Gemini is like, yeah, but maybe I should try it anyway. Like, maybe I like it. I know I won't, but hey, maybe I will. Um, so I've gone through my period of that, and I personally I was going through meditation class, right? And so whenever you get up here, whenever you get here, whenever you get to the throat, the way to unblock the throat is by forgiving. One second. You forgive yourself to unblock the throat, right? That's the affirmation for clearing the throat. When you get to the third eye, it's about forgiving other people, and that's the affirmation for unblocking the third eye. Light also clears the third eye. I don't remember what clears the other chakras. Fire is good for clearing the feminine side, the feminine channels. Um, Cold is good for clearing the masculine side of the channels. Um, yeah. Anyway, so I've been there and I was like, you know what? I'm going to forgive myself for making this because a lot of times like shame and stuff like that comes to play and it blows things up. But I'm just like, instead of blaming myself and shaming myself, I'm like, Patrick, why do you continue to do this? And I'm like, well, ain't nobody else here. Ain't nobody else coming. Like, I had no prospects right now. So why wouldn't I do this? I'm like, okay, but this is attached to a whole situation that you ain't trying to deal with, girl. So why are you really doing this? And is somebody being there enough to continue to make this mistake? And for me, it was a mistake because, like I said, like the one reason why I would pursue it, there was absolutely no fulfillment in it for me anywhere. And it's like I exit the situation, and then it's not that I'm necessarily worse off, but I am worse off because like that's literally the only reason why I did this, and it's still itch. Like you ain't scratched the itch. I'm still itchy. Like why am I doing this? It's like I'm trying to scratch myself with poison ivy. It don't work. So, I mean, I guess this is a dunk video, so I'm gonna just spill all my tea. Go ahead, put the tea bags in the water I'm soaking my feet in. I got some mint tea. You know what? I'm actually gonna drop a mint tea bag in this water right now because I got bags of mint tea. So, oh, this is gonna be gross, but I'm actually feeling it. I'm not gonna. I got a lot of mint tea. I'm not gonna put my strawberry hibiscus tea in here, but this is great value. I'm gonna drop. Oh wait, this is not. This is not a sponsored brand video, but I'm gonna drop my peppermint tea into the tub I'm soaking my feet in, and maybe the mint will actually. Mint came out. Eucalyptus came out as a companion essential oil, and mint, some kind of mint. No, it was a flower that I looked up, and it said it was related to the mint family. So, whoop, there's the bag of tea. I'll put it under my foot too. I'll move it around. I can already smell the peppermint. Spilling all my tea, girl. Why not? I'm clearing. This is a karmic cleansing from me. I'm doing my Venus. Thank you, Miyoshi, for initiating my Venus karmic cleansing ritual. I'm doing my foot soaking. I done dropped the tea in because I know my girl Venus want to sip some tea. She already got the tea, but she want to hear me tell it. So I got you, girl. You ain't claiming me. I'm gonna give you the tea, and that's it. I didn't learn the lessons. Don't need a repeat, thanks. But I am ready for my karmic rewards. But anyway, so yeah, I understand that space very well. But so instead of blaming myself and shaming myself, it's something that I chose to go in and address within myself anyway, right? Because it's like if I'm engaging these situations, what am I telling me about what I think my worth is, right? And so I still had this little bit of like, I feel like maybe some of that, honestly, I'm like, maybe because I've been having dreams, y'all. And I was like, okay, if this is the scenario, if this is the case, if this is the situation, number one, I'm not really upset by the action anyway. If I'm being completely 100% honest, and the tea is already in the water, the tea is already down here, she's already brewing, it got my feet in it and some Epsom salt in it, so it ain't gonna be good, but we're cleansing, right? Venus is retrograde. Maybe she wants some dirty tea right now because, I mean, she's just gonna pour it out anyway. Venus might be pouring everything out right now. But I'm having these dreams and I'm not upset in the dreams. What I get most upset about in these dreams that I've been having is the state that the other person is in. And I'm not giving no specifics, but it's like, if this is what you're doing, at the very least, I would hope that you're happy. And the fact that you're not being fulfilled in these situations is what's frustrating me more than anything. Because at the end of the day, I want you to be happy and fulfilled. I do care, but I care less about stuff like that than I care about your happiness and your fulfillment. And I'm having all these dreams, and I wake up like, why did I have that dream? But then another part of me was like, hey, girl, maybe that's your karma coming back. You're both getting karma. You're both playing that karma out, but you just on the receiving end of it this time. I was like, okay, you know what? But, I don't know. I don't know. It's a very complex and complicated system. Like I said, at the end of the day, I feel like I'm more on the good side of it. But anything that I already put out to reap, I'm going to reap it because ain't no choice, right? But I think all of that ended up getting cleared up before the Venus retrograde. So now I've already repaid that debt. Now I'm like for sure ready for the reward. So bring it, girl. Y'all better leave me alone. I'm sorry. So anyway, Pluto. Maybe bringing us back to situations where we felt unfulfilled, right? Maybe a little bit of lackey. Was you somebody lackey? But then we also have this Six of Wands and this Six of Pentacles. So I feel like this is what Pluto has to offer us. It has to offer us victory and abundance and riches in a way that we. I mean, it's a dispensal. It's a dispersal. Yeah, dispersal. The funds have been dispersed. Yeah, it's a dispersal, right? But like Pluto is small but mighty, right? This could also be offering us the opportunity to triumph over our darkness. And so maybe once Pluto went retrograde, and I'm getting that from these two cards, because you can see that the horse is facing the darkness, but the butterfly is flying above it. There's another butterfly. Uh, the butterfly is flying above the darkness. So it's giving us an opportunity to do that. And this plant is growing in the darkness, right? So again, this is like Pluto is giving this opportunity for us to clean up the underworld and to shift from Tartarus to the Elysium fields, right? To basically go from the hell part of the underworld to the heaven part of the underworld. But it's going to be in Greek mythology, stuff like this always comes with a test. It always comes with a task, right? I talked about Orpheus and Eurydice on maybe my Legacy channel. But Orpheus and Eurydice were lovers. Eurydice went to the underworld. Orpheus wanted to rescue her. Orpheus went all the way to the depths of the underworld, made a deal with Hades / Pluto. It was probably Hades because Orpheus and Eurydice sound more Greek than Roman, low key. Um, and he was like, okay, you have her. All you got to do is make your way out of the underworld. But if you turn back for even a second, she comes right back here. And since she was a ghost, he couldn't hear her. Her breath made no noise. Her footsteps made no noise. And she didn't speak, right? She couldn't speak. Orpheus was also associated with music. Um, so he ventures all the way down there, gets to the precipice of the underworld, literally steps away from completing this task. But before he crosses the finish line, he wants to turn around and make sure that she's there. He does. He sees her, and then she's right back in the underworld. He stopped literally right before the finish line and needed to be validated so badly that he lost it. He like made it past Cerberus. He made it past all of the defenses of the underworld, had an audience with the Lord of the Underworld, struck a deal, made it all the way out, almost all the way out, and turned back at the last second. Lot and Sarah. Guy said, don't look back. Sarah looked back, boom, pillar of salt. But anyway, Pluto is giving us this opportunity to claim victory and to claim riches and wealth that spring from within, to connect to that place to connect to the fountain, the fertile ground within, through which everything manifests on the external. Maybe I should throw another tea bag in here. I'm not going to throw another tea bag in here because I already wasted one bag. And this mint tea being good, low key. So we have victory and abundance to claim, but we're going to have to go through our darkness. And that's what Pluto retrograde is offering us, right? And again, a lot of times, Nine of Pentacles just wanted to come out. When I said abundance, if the Six of Pentacles wasn't abundant enough for you, then there you go. There's the rest. 9 more Pentacles. How's that? You got more than 10. You got way more than 10 Pentacles, more money than you know to deal with. And so also at the same time, maybe be a little generous. Maybe find some charities or some causes that you like. Blessed to be a blessing. Find ways to give back, potentially. Or you can hoard it and be greedy and then lose it. Choices, journeys, we all have one. There's that devil energy and the 3 of Pentacles at the cut. Oh, what was that trying to come out? The Magician and the Son of Wands. So really learning to use that wand. You may have the cups, you may have the sword, you may have the pentacles, or maybe you're manifesting the pentacles. But it's time to use that wand and learn how to use that wand. But that's what Pluto's giving us, right? Now we're going to go into Saturn, because Saturn was the second planet to retrograde. So what is the Saturn retrograde bringing us? What is Daddy Saturn bringing us as it is retrograding in Aquarius and then going back to Capricorn? I'll pull two cards for Aquarius. I'm going to cut this and pull top and bottom for Aquarius. So the top is the Ace of Wands. The bottom is Temperance. So there's this Ace of Cups energy that's already behind the scenes because we got the Ace of Wands and we got Temperance. It's balanced by the Ace of Cups. That's on the Aquarius side, right? So that's the first part while Venus is retrograde. Makes sense. Now show me the Capricorn side. I'm going to give this two more shuffles and then we'll dig into it. I may be on here. I've been feeling like really talking. I got work to do, girl. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. There's the cut. Top of the deck is Ace of Swords, another ace. Why can't we get the Ace of Swords in Aquarius? I don't know. But Capricorn is going to bring us this Ace of Swords. I mean, you already got the Ace of Wands. Bottom of the deck is this Four of Cups, followed by the Father of Swords right there, the Four of Cups. So on the Aquarian side, like I said, there's this Ace of Cups energy on the backside. I can't remember when Saturn, where's my phone? I can check real quick. Excuse me. Oh, girl. I can't remember when Saturn. One second. Because that. I might be able to check on this app. But again, we have this invisible Ace of Cups moment. Y'all know I'll be having these super long videos. It is what it is. 7 weeks. So July 1st, 2020 at 9:17 p.m. It's a Wednesday. At 9:17 p.m. Eastern, Capricorn is officially going to be crossing the Aquarius cusp. And then it's going to station direct 25 degrees of Capricorn. That's going to be really, really, really close to Pluto. I don't think it's going to hit Pluto again, but it's going to be like, a degree at the most away from Pluto. So July, Venus will be direct by July. It may still be in the post shadow. That'll be after the summer solstice. We'll be officially into Cancer season. So again, we have this Ace of Wands, Temperance, with this Ace of Cups backing it. And then once we go back into Capricorn, it's Ace of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. So I feel already Big Daddy Saturn is like, Big Daddy Saturn is bringing perspective to all of this. To all of the retrogrades, Big Daddy Saturn is bringing perspective if you choose to see it. Right. It may be the impatience in me. Give me one card to clarify this before I say anything. They said just say it. I'm going to just say it. Bottom of the deck now is this Two of Pentacles. Take it if it resonates. It's high and low aspecting on both sides. And there's a range in between. I feel like this Ace of Wands is like, you can be temperate if you want to, miss out on this if you want to. I feel like in this early part of, while Saturn is in Aquarius, and again, Aquarius is 11th house energy. It's all about connections and it's all about social networking and the space that you occupy in the world and how you serve in that space, right? And so it's not necessarily like Leo, fifth house, local community. It's more so like networking, social impact, stuff like that, right? But I feel like with this Ace of Wands, it's like while the desire is hot, while the stage is set, if there's some Ace of Cups moment you got, it's like be temperate and miss it if you want to, because then when Saturn slides back into Capricorn, where it is probably the harshest in Capricorn, right? I'd rather deal with an Aquarian Saturn. We got this Ace of Swords and this Four of Cups. And initially, this can be interpreted as you discovering what it is that you passed up on, maybe missing a window of opportunity, right? And again, another thing it comes down to is your karma. and if you've paid that off. Now we're going to look at Venus retrograde. What does Venus retrograde bring to the table on top of all of this? We're going to have a whole thing by the end of this, y'all. We're going to have a whole thing. So we have Temperance on top of the Six of Wands, and we have the Ace of Wands. I'm going to pull 4 cards now because everything is force. I'm going to do 3 and then pull 4th. The Ace of Wands is sitting on top of the Five of Cups. So the heaviness that Pluto is bringing with that Five of Cups energy, somebody may be in the dumps. But it's like Pluto is putting you down there so you can fix what you need to fix and then rock it back to the surface, right? Because if you hold anything down with a great force, and if you hold anything buoyant down with a great force in water, it's going to excel with the same force that you're sort of pushing down on it. And Pluto is bringing a lot of people down. And so you can like really skyrocket in this period of time. How many cards is that? Is that 3 or 4? Did Venus just give me all 4 cards I need? No, she gave me 2. Okay. I'll take these 2 and then I'll take the top and the bottom. Oof, girl. Well, okay, well, 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck after that. Venus is like, Pluto, you ain't hitting them hard enough. Saturn, you want to play karma? Let's play karma. I'm like, okay, girl. All right, girl. Venus is like, you know what? I've been nice for 18 months. I done played the good girl, good empress. I'm gonna be sitting, chilling in my throne. Oh yes, like we're ha-ha, we're hee-heeing, we're having a kiki, we're having a good time, we're spilling tea and dishing just desserts one may deserve. But now it's time to get to work. Somebody that made the empress mad. They ain't made her mad, and it's just it's 18 months, and so every 18 months she gets to vent a little bit, and so it's like we take her to the car park, we give her a sledgehammer, she go ham, she get it out of her system, and then she come back. um, but yeah, with the Ace of Wands on top of that Five of Cups, I feel like that is definitely somebody that's like, oh wow, ooh. This is interesting. With the Ace of Wands on top of that Five of Cups, I feel like Pluto is bringing people to the depths. And so at the depths of their loneliness, of their despair, they want to go after whatever. And that is playing right into Venus's hands for this Venus retrograde, because Venus retrograde is bringing the Eight of Wands to the situation where people already got the Ace of Wands in their Five of Cups moments. So Venus ain't come to play. And then maybe them pre-shadow folks, that's what's really been hitting them. Venus is bringing this Eight of Wands right on top of that ace. Right on top of that ace, sitting on top of that 5. See, with all of these retrogrades, either it's going to be beautiful or it's going to be back to back, just like getting rocked. You know what I mean? And then we come into the ecliptic season, and then it's, deja vu. That's weird. I've never sat like this before. I don't think. But I just had major deja vu. Have I done this before? No, I haven't. Deja vu. Oh, that's weird. Anyway. Oh, catch me up on this timeline. Okay, let's do it again. Let's do it right this time. You get a do-over. Let's do it right. Sometimes I've never felt it that way, but I wonder if deja vu sometimes is like, okay, let's hit the reset button so we can do it better the next time. But you don't remember how you did it the last time. It's just like, deja vu. Anyway, so the second card out is this Daughter of Swords. The Daughter of Swords brings fresh perspective, brings awareness. The Daughter of Swords teaches a logic that is illogical to the trained mind. And so the Daughter of Swords is, for me, it's carrying this Gemini energy, even though the Knight of Swords is more that mutable air. How I learned the pages is like an ace. It's all the air signs, right? But I feel like this is a very Gemini energy. It could also be, okay, so this is Libran energy in the modality of it, because it's cardinal. This is Aquarius energy because it is far thinking, and it's like future forward, and it brings with Uranus that element of change. And that element of change, future forward, being an element of progression, of something brand new, something unique that's here to shake up the way things are being done. And the Gemini energy is really playing off of that Aquarian, like this is brand new energy, by just like, oh my gosh, brand new information, let's do it. Like Gemini is bringing the fire. to the situation. This is a whole new understanding, a whole new realization. Now, either this understanding and realization is going to come, it's going to be fortified by something that you didn't quite get the first time. Did I mute this? Because I should have heard her text me, but maybe I didn't. I don't know. It's going to be an understanding that maybe you should have gotten the first time, but it's almost that energy of like, if you didn't learn the lesson the first time, boom, here it is again, right? But something is being shaken up. And I'm looking at the stars behind her. Shout out to Aquarian energy, right? And so in this column, we have flyers. The Six of Wands has the butterfly. The Temperance card is the heron. The Page of Swords is the owl. So there's victory through transformation here. There's a sort of balance in the elements of air and water. So how you think and process through things and how you feel. There's this victory through fluidity and through being able to flow, right? And the butterfly is flying over the brambles. So this is transformation that's going to get us to overcome situations that we may have been stuck in before in the past. And this owl is bringing, not only is it bringing a wisdom and a clarity, but it's coming by means of the night. It's coming through way of the night, maybe in a way that we didn't expect, or maybe in our darkness again, because Pluto is kind of submerging us in the darkness. And it's really highlighting our desires while everyone is isolated and separated. Now, Venus is going retrograde to really pick up the lust vibes, maybe a little less love, maybe a little more lust, maybe a little less I miss you, maybe a little more I was isolated, I need to do a full test drive to see if the equipment is still functioning, and you're the perfect testing ground to see that. Venus is really going to be playing that up. And then we move into this death card. If the transformation wasn't enough, like I said, Venus may be bringing a lot of that transformation that Pluto takes too long to do. Venus is like, you want transformation? I got you. This whole column is dark. The Six of Pentacles is dark. That's the growth that happens in the night. The Ace of Swords is dark. I don't know if I showed it yet. And this death card is dark. Right? So again, Venus is coming in. And Venus is looking at this. Okay, look at this. This death card is looking at the Daughter of Swords, and the Daughter of Swords is looking at you. Venus is sending us these situations to see if we've actually transformed already or not, or if the transformation is going to happen at the end of the retrograde. Transformation could be good, transformation could be bad, right? But that death is looking at this bird like, okay, and the bird is looking at you. I forgot where I was going with that, but I'm going to try to pick it back up. And so sitting on top of this Ace of Swords below the Six of Pentacles, it's like, okay, you get what you receive, you know that. You manifest from the space of worth, you know that. Ace of Swords, Saturn retrograde, and Capricorn. If you go through this Venus retrograde and maybe you have to reassess and reevaluate and repeat some things, by the time, again, Venus is going to be direct by July 1. So if you didn't know it before, you're definitely going to know by the end of this Venus retrograde. Choose wisely. But it's like Venus is like, okay, do you know this? Do you know this for sure? Do you really know it? Because I'm about to send you a whole bunch of stuff that's going to test whether or not your value is where you say it is. Because somebody just got another bingo. Hey, thanks, Mom. She's like, you're on it there, son. I'm like, thanks, Mom. Thanks for the confirmation. Even though you're not, but I'll take it. I'm a homosexual, if you didn't know. I don't know why I feel like I have to clarify that right now, but I am. And I'm waiting for my man. And I'm not going to say the clock is ticking, but... oh, Venus girl. If y'all could hear my internal rich dialogue, y'all might have laughed too. I'm not going to say what Venus just tried to rhyme the clock is ticking with, but use your imagination. Somebody clock was definitely ticking. Like I said, Venus already done claimed her first victim, her first heart. She's claimed her first heart. The first person has gone down. Maybe she ain't go down. Well, she probably did go down, but that's beside the point. Venus got jokes today. Okay. Um, my Venus in Aries is actually sextiling this Venus in Gemini. So maybe I should expect some opportunities. Maybe not. Um, I mean, maybe on the good variety, on the good side, maybe I should expect that. On the bad side, you know, y'all already gone. I ain't going back. Sorry. Um, so yeah, it's like asking us if we've really transformed or not. Because again, this Page of Swords holds that Ace of Swords energy. So Venus is asking us if we already know this. And based upon the situations that we accept and the situations that we refuse, I feel like Venus is going to be affirming it, right? And again, this is all about worth. But we have this transformation coming in, and then things get lighter with this Ace of Pentacles at the end, right? And so we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles. I feel like I got another bingo. That ain't for me. I guess I ain't really say nothing. Maybe I was thinking it. Um, Venus is going to go direct before Saturn goes direct. Or Venus is going to go direct before Saturn enters Capricorn again, right? It's like by the time some folks may have already had this realization, some folks may have it early. And that's why we have this Page of Swords carrying the Ace of Swords before Saturn enters Capricorn. Like I said, if you ain't got the knowledge and awareness and understanding now, you're going to get it by the end of this Venus retrograde. And Saturn is going to come in, and maybe you're going to entertain something that looks nice in the Venus retrograde. And then Saturn is going to slide back into Capricorn and be like, okay, we see you, Aquarian, future forward, forward thinking, shake things up, but I'm going to slide back into Capricorn and we're going to see if that thing works. Is that a great idea? Is that a pretty fantasy? Or does it actually work? Because Capricorn is all about seeing if that worked. But we got this Ace of Pentacles. So if you do it right? Coming out of this potentially, there is this Nine of Pentacles, which is all about coming in. See, but Pluto is going to go direct. Pluto may go direct last. Excuse me. So we have a lot of things that are overlapping, and they're going to be ending and then progressing at different times, right? And so it's like first, Venus is going to bring us this Ace of. First, Venus is going to bring us this Ace of Pentacles. If you do it right, boom, whole new world. Maybe by the summer solstice. I think Venus goes direct sometime in June. I don't remember. But it may be before Cancer season. I don't remember. Venus is going to go direct. If we do it well, we have an opportunity to claim the Ace of Pentacles. Saturn goes direct. If we do that well, we have an opportunity to, I'm going to say, come out of this Four of Cups. Either we're going to come out of the Four of Cups or it's going to leave us in the Four of Cups. Pluto goes direct. We have Nine of Pentacles. I feel like that Nine of Pentacles is really, like I said, they all end at different times. But it's like, okay, in the space of self, outside of everything else, in the space of self, Scorpio, and your unique pit of you below everything else and the depths of you when it comes to your sense of self, are you going to choose this Four of Cups or are you going to choose the Ace of Pentacles? Because when you go that deep into the water, that's when you start to experience the terrors of the sea that are long under whatever else. And I kind of wanted to do Neptune retrograde, but I don't know when that's going to happen. I do know Jupiter's coming up. So Jupiter, oh great and wondrous Jupiter, who bestows upon us all of thine great and grand blessings through the energy of the Wheel of Fortune as such, and who gives us joy and light-hearted joviality. What do you have in store for us in this retrograde, girl? Or is you taking everything? Are you taking all of our opportunities or what? Okay. And this is going to be the last one. So this is interesting. Honestly, Venus retrograde is looking pretty dark. But in the middle of it, we do have these stars in the Daughter of Swords. Like the Eight of Wands is dark, the Page of Swords is dark, Daughter of Swords, and then the Death card is dark. The okay, another message. Like I said earlier, even trees grow in the dark, right? They go through the Calvin cycle, I believe, at night, and they go through photosynthesis during the daytime. The Ace of Pentacles is a tree stump. So even in these periods of difficulty, you can still grow in the darkness, as Pluto gave us with the Six of Pentacles, right? In the dark. But yeah, a lot of this Venus stuff is going to be calling into, maybe it's not necessarily dark, but it's going to be calling. Okay, well, let's see what those are about. Maybe this is more internal. Oh, wow. Why is the moon? Why are these in reverse? Is my deck upside down? These are in reverse. I'm putting them back. We got the moon card, the Hermit in reverse, and the Six of Swords in reverse. So Jupiter is in sextile to Neptune, roughly. It's going to be coming closer into that sextile as it retrogrades because Neptune is at like 20 degrees. Pisces, Jupiter is like 20, later 20s degrees in Capricorn. So it's going to be sextiling. Jupiter is bringing us this dreamy energy. Jupiter is going to be expanding us in ways beyond the things that whatever seeds we've planted in the dark, Jupiter is going to begin to expand on those as it retrogrades. And it's going to be moving into spaces where we can see and perceive it. Bottom of the deck is the Sun of Pentacles, also at night. Also at night. Then a cut to the Ten of Pentacles, as I'm trying to put these cards in the middle of the deck upright. But yeah, that's what Jupiter is going to be expanding on. And so Jupiter is going to be, the Empress. The Empress and the Ten of Swords. Okay. It's like Jupiter is going to be playing into this karmic game too. So this could be a really, really, really fulfilling season on the positive karmic side, or this could be testing. Honestly, each planet represents a different sort of area of life, or each planet is in a different house, which corresponds to a different area of life, and they hold a different energy. And so this may not be all good across the board. It may not be all bad across the board. A lot of things are playing together. I am on a lot longer than I thought it would be. Man, I need to work on this assignment. I want another pepper jack cheese stick. Okay, well, there's 4 more cards, maybe. I guess I'll just take these. No, it's 2 more cards. Oh, how are these in reverse? How are these in reverse? Did I not just turn the deck upright? The Ten of Pentacles and the Sun of Cups is in reverse. I don't know what Jupiter is doing. Like I said, Jupiter is going to be sextiling. Now my deck is in reverse. How? Empress at the bottom of the deck in reverse. I just put these all upright. How do I keep getting this in reverse? Cutting to the Empress or the Ten of Pentacles and the Hierophant, I guess. Girl, hello, Jupiter. The Wheel of Fortune. Jupiter rules the Wheel of Fortune. It keeps turning. I don't know. Jupiter is like, whatever happened. Jupiter is like, I feel like it's shifting between Sagittarius and Pisces right now because Jupiter traditionally rules Pisces. And so it's switching between Sag and Pisces, and it's like, doesn't know if it should bless us or punish us. Ultimately, again, the Magician and the Sun, ultimately, again, it's the seeds that you have sown into your heart. Right? And I know I was feeling it like, our innermost desires are what's going to be what comes out. And it doesn't matter if you're saying love and light, because what actually matters is what's on the inside. Maybe Jupiter is expanding on all of those seeds that we've planted in the dark, and it's going to be bringing them to the light. And so that could be a change of fortune in any direction. Or it could be same old, same old. Like the wheel is stuck. The wheel ain't turning for nobody. And it's like, you weren't quite good enough for it to, proceed in that direction, and you weren't quite bad enough for it to go back. So we're just gonna have you in this holding period, and maybe in that holding period, it's like what you do since the wheel is so stuck. Oof, 3 of Swords and the King of Pennies. It's like what you do will have greater opportunity to push that wheel. And so in that middle ground, it's gonna be, whatever. Oh, girl, she lost. She all the way deep. She's lost. Venus got her. Venus got her. Venus got her. She ain't lost. I'm actually gonna pull all four this time. So top, the moon card. Girl, I told y'all Jupiter is bringing it to the light. Middle top is gonna be the Father of Cups. Another bird. Bottom middle is the Mother of Wands. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Father of Pentacles. Under that is the Mother of Pentacles. The Mother and the Father of Pentacles were together. So I ain't gonna separate y'all. Shoot. I'm not gonna separate y'all. So under the Mother of Pentacles is this Emperor. What's under the Emperor? I'm just curious. Under the Emperor is that Nine of Wands. He almost there, y'all. So I don't know what Jupiter is bringing. Jupiter is bringing court card energy, not pages and knights though. Oh no. Jupiter is bringing the mother and the fathers, the kings and queens. Moonlight Sonata. I believe that's a song from Sailor Moon. But it's almost like this moonlight soiree. I'm getting very fairies in the woods vibes, very midsummer night's dream vibes. I can't remember if the fairies actually had a thing in the forest, but it's like they're gathering in the night. Am I gonna have to like wash my feet now? I already took a shower today because I got this tea bag in here. Usually I would just like rinse off the salt and call it a day, but I now I got a tea bag in here. My feet will smell minty. It's fine. Um, Mint tea. I don't know. I don't know what Jupiter is doing right now. Um, it's almost giving me this caricature energy. It's like it's filling out the character. It's like giving me Frankendoodle, Sponge Doodle, whatever vibes. You know that episode of SpongeBob where he got the pencil and whatever he drew came to life, and then SpongeBob drew SpongeBob, and then it took the pencil, right? But it's like it's filling it out. So in the first column again, we have this moon card now sitting on top of this Eight of Wands. So, ooh, girl, girl, maybe he the one. No, I'm just playing. Let me stop. Let me not be a Gemini right now. I'm just kidding. I don't know what that is. Is that Capricorn? Hey, I got two Capricorn placements. Okay, they're both in Capricorn. Of course, they're both in Capricorn. I got two Capricorn placements. They're both in Capricorn. And I got a Capricorn midheaven. Okay? And my sun is in Aquarius. My sun is in Pisces. My sun is in the 11th house. And I got Aquarius cusp in my 11th house. I have Capricorn cusping two houses, my ninth house and my 10th house. So I got heavy Cap energy. Also heavy Cancer energy. Well, Cancer energy is less heavy, but my Mars is in Cancer, and I have Cancer cusping two houses. So I'm honestly like, am I coming more into my Cancer energy? Before I came live, I was like, you know what? It's time to wake up the whole chart. Just like you said, Miyoshi, claiming all parts of you. I'm claiming Aries now because my Venus is like lit. Um, Girl, the Lord is busy trying to save folks. The Lord is trying to save her. The Lord is trying to save her. Laura's like, think again, girl. Maybe I'm gonna say maybe the Lord is giving you space to reconsider. Let me not put her tea out there. I'm sorry. Y'all don't know who this is. I'm getting hungry. Um, so we have this moon card, and I'm like, okay, well, like I said, Jupiter is expanding on um, Jupiter is expanding on the things in the dark, right? And so maybe one reason why Venus is like so lit right now, it may be acting on some fantasies, maybe, potentially. Or maybe that moon card is just like people are gonna get lost in it. Um, I know Neptune is more of the misty planet, but again, Jupiter traditionally rules Pisces. So through the Jupiterian aspect, it's like that's what makes Pisces so expansive when it comes to their fantasy or when it comes to their mental scape. And then it's like once they expand beyond the bounds that Saturn constricts, then that's when you enter heavy Neptunian territory, and that's when the fantasy element really comes in and the mystics roll in. But like I said, Jupiter is sextiling, is in a loose sextile with Neptune and Pisces. Neptune is at home. Jupiter is in a space it doesn't like. So if Jupiter is in a space that it doesn't like to be in, is it going to go Pisces mode or is it going to go Sagittarius mode? When it's retrograde, it's probably going to go Pisces mode of putting on, it's like time to put on the rose colored glasses. I don't know if y'all have ever seen Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, but she was like, sometimes when I was down in the bunker, I would jump up and down and go, I'm not really here. I'm not really here. I'm not really here. It's very much that energy. Jupiter's like, I'm not really here. Venus, oh my gosh, ain't nobody stopping her. I mean, girl, I'm not really here, is what Jupiter is saying. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be so rude. Millennial break. And so there's an element of disconnect. The moon card is Pisces energy, so it fits. It fits. I don't know why I'm having to verify so much why Jupiter is playing the space of Pisces, but the moon card is literally here. It's Piscean energy. We talked about the moon today, and not going to be much light outside when all of these things are retrograde. So that internal guidance is going to be key. And being solid, having that solid internal foundation is really going to help you go. It's really going to help you get moving. Um, Now we have this Father of Cups in the column of the winged ones. I'm going to call them the winged ones because we go from the butterfly and the Six of Wands to the heron in the Temperance card to the Princess of Swords, the Daughter of Swords, sorry, and to the owl and the Daughter of Swords, now to this black swan and the Father of Cups. How do you feel? Excuse me. This is therapist energy. How does that make you feel? 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 Maybe that's what Jupiter's going to be asking us. That's also a Pisces, right? That's also Piscean energy. How does that make you feel? I feel what you're feeling right now. And what's affecting you is also affecting me because I'm so empathic. And maybe you're going to be expanding upon how things make you feel. Expanding upon this truth, taking this truth, again, it's like a logic that's illogical, right? Maybe it's illogical because it's more rooted in how you actually feel about something. And again, we had this like invisible Ace of Cups energy that the Temperance card was bringing to the table since the Ace of Wands was right next to it. And now the Father of Cups is bringing that actual cup. That's King of Cups energy, which is Scorpionic energy. It's almost like Jupiter is going to be asking us, and again, it's like Venus is asking us if the things that it's bringing to us are up to snuff, are up to par with our sense of worth. I think my mama already finished. It's been 2.5 hours. Girl, I could have did the whole moon reading, but it's fine. Um, I'm feeling really good. I think this mint. Oh, my foot just got a little tingly. I think this mint was a good addition. I want some McDonald's. I'm sorry, but I do. Maybe you just lonely, girl. I've never been judgmental. I'm not a judgmental type of person. I'm always like, girl, if you want to be a hoe, be a hoe. Excuse the language, but that's the mentality I used to have. Ew, no. I ain't had it in a minute. I did just have a buttload of sugar. So maybe my body is like, chill on the McDonald's. I just let you have all that sugar. But I'm always like, that's who I used to be, at least. I'm like, if you want to go, I'd rather you get Popeyes. Girl, I just had Popeyes the other day. I had that chicken sandwich the day. Is that the day I went to the store when I uploaded Should You Stay or Should You Go? And I was like, I got some food back here I want to eat. It was a Popeyes. It was a chicken sandwich and some french fries. It was smaller, but it was still good. um, I kind of want pizza, but a lot of the pizza places are closed now. Um, Snakes are also about transformation. That's interesting. Okay. So we have the external. So, like, Venus is asking us if the things are worth, if the things match the level of worth we have. That's what Venus is going to be asking us and sort of bringing it into our experience. Jupiter is going to be asking us how we feel about it. And if those feelings and if those vibes line up. Or whatever. Go learn your lesson. So yeah, Venus is like, or Jupiter's gonna be like, how do you feel about it? Venus is like, is it worth it? Jupiter's gonna be like, is it gonna like feel good? They're kind of sort of the same question, but from very different spaces. And then we go into the Mother of Wands, which is the snake. So lots of transformation over here. Lots of internal transformation that has the ability to produce external results, or the external things that are coming to us are going to be reflective of our internal state of being, right? Venus is retrograding in Gemini, North Node is in Gemini, mirroring twin energy, reflective energy. Gemini is very ping pong. It's like a very back and forth energy, especially mentally, conversationally. It's very good at that back and forth, the debate, the ping pong, all of that. And it's almost like you're on this giant ping pong table and the universe is like playing ping pong back and forth and you're just on the board trying to dodge the ball every time it comes, right? I don't know, that's just how I saw it. um, Venus got her. She gone. She's beyond gone. She's beyond gone. She's lost. She's a lost cause. Then I mean, to me, it sounds like you already know what you want. LOL. So what are you talking to me for? I'm so sorry, y'all. Y'all getting all this tea. See, I am not a judge. I'm not a jury. I'm not an executioner. You do what you want, girl. If it's what you want to do, go do it. Who am I to say, no, don't do that? What'd you say? Spare me, ancestors. I will not fall or fail. I will not fall. Exactly. So, snakes are all about transformation. And so, actually, Jupiter could also be asking us, because we're moving from the space of the moon to the Father of Cups. And so Jupiter is going to be asking us, Jupiter may be begging for us. Again, like, how do you feel? That therapist energy. Jupiter is going to be asking us to express how it is that we really feel with this King of Cups. The kings are all about expression. Excuse me. The queens are more about introspection, reflection, introspection, right? And so it's going to be asking us to express it. I mean, and the page of the daughter of swords could also be asking us to express the truth, right? I was feeling it's going to be giving us a truth that may be illogical. It's like a logic that's not logical because it's like a concept that's too advanced for the framework that we're in. But I feel like it's going to feel right. Either it's going to feel right or it won't feel right. Your heart, your feelings will be your confirmation for whatever this information is, right? And it's probably going to be asking you to act on it because in this column that I've deemed transformation, with the Six of Pentacles in the dark, the Ace of Swords, the Death card, now we have the Mother of Wands, and the Mother of Wands is this snake guarding these eggs. Snakes are all about transformation and they're all about change. They're about shedding the skin, and there's this element of adaptability to them, right? Snakes have I think they have a vestigial structure, which is a pelvic bone. Um, I think snakes still have pelvic bones, right? In the Bible, God cursed the snake to slither on its stomach after the whole Garden of Eden fiasco went down. And so it's interesting that as long as we've known snakes, they've never had legs, but they still have pelvises. And it's like, okay, well, if you ain't never have a leg to stand on, what you got a pelvis for? Right? I believe they still have pelvic bones. I believe. Don't quote me on that. All the Back to the Future movies are on Netflix. Oh snap! I think somebody just said something about Marty McFly or something not too long ago. Maybe not. But yeah, she's guarding these eggs, right? And she's also holding a wand, which speaks to manifestation. The Queen of Fire is your ability I'll just say your ability to receive a compliment, right? But it's a introspective reflection. Oh, that's very cyclical because fire is all about expressing, and then you have the receptive side of expressing, which is about expressing yourself in a way that isn't necessarily overpowering or domineering or dominant, but having your true expression. And it's about really embodying that change and embodying that transformation, because it's almost like the better you express it and the better you show it on the outside, the better you're going to receive and the better you're going to get. I don't remember when the sun came out or if that reading even made it up, but it was like you're being asked to be all of who you are because you never know. I think it made it up. You never know when you're going to come across someone looking for you, and they're not going to see you if you're not being you. You could be a big break. You're like one moment, right? This moment from being recognized, from getting that exposure, from being seen to making your dreams a reality, baby. It's all coming true. But you really got to exhibit and learn and show this change. I feel like, and then we end with the king and the queen, the mother and the father of pennies, sitting in the rewards column. So, I mean, you already got the nine of pentacles. You already got the ace of pentacles. Now you got the king and the queen of pentacles. Like, this is abundance for everybody. Where that 10 of pentacles at? I'm going to see. What's on the sides of the 10 of pennies? Let me see. Let me see where that 10 of pennies is at. I see the 10 of cups. I see the lovers. I see the five of wands. I see the two of cups next to the empress. Where that 10 of pennies at? Where that 10 of pennies at? That 10 of pennies at? The Ace of Cups is sitting with the Strength card. That was the invisible Ace of Cups. You got to be strong. Where's the 10 of Pentacles? Is that at the top of the deck? No. Wait, is the 10 of Pentacles? Is it already on the table? No. Where's the 10 of Pentacles? Oh, I just found it. Okay. Oh wow. Ooh. Well. So if you need any more confirmation, I guess, on the King and the Queen of Pentacles, the Mother and the Father of Pentacles coming out together, we have this Four of Wands, followed by this 10 of Pentacles, followed by this Son of Cups. And the Father of Cups is right here. So somebody got to initiate this. Come and claim your prize, my guy. All right. So that's all I got for this. I'm going to wrap this up with the final message from the cards before I leave. These retrogrades are bringing a lot. If any of that resonated with you, then take it. If it didn't, this video is going to be real long. Maybe I'll go back through and timestamp it up later. At least timestamp where the retrogrades start. Maybe I'll timestamp a little love reading, a little retrograde reading. You know, I'm very much so jack of all trades type of energy. I don't necessarily specialize in one thing, but I can do at least a little bit of a lot of it. A little bit of a lot of it. Today is Red Rhythmic Serpent. Rhythmic, is that number 6? Tone 6? Red Serpent, is that Kundalini energy? Kundalini. 2 of Cups and the 3 of Swords. Oh, wow, that just slid together. I'm going to cut it right there. And I'm going to pull 4 cards. I don't know why, but I'm going to listen. When Spirit tell y'all to listen, listen. Whatever Spirit say, listen to it. Because these cards on the table got me like... The cards just went together too smoothly. I was like, ooh, they don't slide. It was like butter. They just came together. Operating in the shadow. Today's energy, typical symptoms are making decisions based on familiarity and security rather than intuitive wisdom, not listening to your body wisdom, loneliness, and lack of love. The day that Venus goes retrograde, and she already done claimed her first victim. It may be. I tried to ask her, and she was like, I want it. I was like, okay, then, girl, you already know. She's lost. She's lost. She's already left Earth. She's on Venus now. Man. Oh my goodness. It's fine. I feel like me saying that is placing a lot of judgment upon her. And so I do want to clarify and rectify this by saying I'm not placing judgment upon her. But if you're asking me what you should or shouldn't do, and you're acknowledging what you want to do, but you're asking me for advice anyway, you already know. If your follow-up to the end of Girl-ish Yo Life, Live It is I should, but I shouldn't, you already know. You're asking me to convince you of something that you probably feel you shouldn't be doing. And, you know, when operating in the light of today's energy, the positive aspects are protection, instinct, purification, healing, creativity, body wisdom, intuition, passion, and intimacy. I will take that, please. Looks like I'm going to have to take a rain check, but hey, I'll take a rain check because if the chalkboard taught me anything, is that a rain check is better than no check. Because you can't make moves if you repeat the same lessons. I mean, I ain't gonna say all that, but so the cards that just came out, the reason why I'm so glad that I listened and I pulled the top 4 cards off the deck, the 9 of Cups. This is the minor star card, wish fulfillment, wish granted. Again, you see the moon. It's that night. Wishes being granted in the night. We go from the 9 of Cups to the Wheel of Fortune. with the owl and the moon at the top. I believe she up there, right? Yeah, the owl is up there. I was looking at the wrong side. With the owl and the moon at the top, we go from that to this high priestess. Like you already know. And then, if that nine of cups wasn't enough for you, here's the whole gosh darn star. Nine of cups, the wheel of fortune, the high priestess, and the star card. With the six of pentacles at the bottom of the deck. This is a season to begin to reap karmic rewards or karmic justice. Oop. Okay. Well, I wanted to look and see what was behind this. So then we have the Father of Cups and the Mother of Wands and that Tower card under this Six of Pentacles. Uranus is in Taurus right now. High aspects of Uranus and Taurus. Uranus bringing in are drastically changing your financial situation. Come on, Uranus. And Uranus is like conjuncting my ascendant. So I'm ready for that money. You can bring in that money. Bring in that money, honey. I want my money. I want my man. I want my mansion. I want it all. Because I've already done some work. I deserve it, don't I? Don't I deserve it? Don't I deserve to be happy? Don't you deserve to be happy? Don't we all deserve to be happy? So why do we then stand in the way of our own happiness? It's a leap away, and sometimes the leap isn't even a leap. Sometimes a leap is a step. Sometimes a leap is all you got to do is open your mouth, utter a sound, and then they're like, "Oh, you want that? Okay, boom, it's yours." And you're like, "Whoa." I didn't even finish asking for it, and it's like, oh yeah. I mean, we saw the look in your eyes when we were talking about this, and we knew that you were excited about it. So we kind of sort of already got it for you anyway because we knew you'd ask for it. All you had to do was just begin to ask, and it was already given because we knew that you would want it. So you know, and you deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve to be happy. We all do. Well, a lot of us do. A lot of the folks who ain't maybe necessarily been happy, who deserve to be happy, will be very happy very soon. All right, last card. Give me one last message as I wrap this up. This was a very good thing. I don't know. I may forego the daily uploads because I'm going to be doing my foot soaking any day anyway this week. And so I might be doing this. I don't know. I know I can't do this and the daily upload because I've already wasted way too much time. Not wasted. I've already dedicated way too much time to this today and not enough time to the work that I need to be doing. So give me a card. They said top card. How did I pick up this deck in reverse? Top card is the Father of Swords in reverse. Aquarian energy in reverse. So maybe that's saying not all of y'all is getting y'all wishes granted. Don't blame us. Bottom of the deck is that daughter of Wands that I was just talking about, right? I was like, I feel like the daughter of Wands would be the real Knight of Wands because it's like dudes are so trained to getting what they want that it doesn't really require too much of a drive to go after it, right? But stereotypically, it is the female, at least in Western civilization, that has been made to put her own desires on the back burner and to put others before her. So when the female moves for something that she wants, in my opinion, that is the real like drive. That's someone who is coming out of everything that they've been conditioned not to go for, saying, you know what, I want this, I'm gonna go for it, I'm gonna get it. You don't like a strong woman who goes for what she wants. You don't like someone who's opinionated. Go find a limp noodle. Not saying that those women are limp noodles. I shouldn't say that again. Let me step out of that Sagittarius South Node. um, because there are some people who actually enjoy that space of having someone who is more in control and in command, right? And it is some people actually genuinely desire and are built for being more of the support character in the back, the support person in the back, the person who supports, the person who follows, right? But when you start getting people who antagonize the female who doesn't play that role, or the feminine energy who isn't complacent in that space, who desires more, that's when we start to have a problem, right? When you start to antagonize the person for what they want, right? And that's either side, right? You can't well, you can, but you shouldn't. And here we go with shoulds and shouldn'ts. But you shouldn't antagonize someone for doing what they want, whether that fits the box and fits the mold or whether it breaks the mold, right? Because once you step into that space of antagonism, especially if you're antagonizing the very same people that you're supposed to be championing, then that's when your argument starts to crumble a little bit. Because you should be able to support everyone, right? And it doesn't have to be this all or nothing type of energy, right? And so maybe with this Father of Swords in reverse, because this is fixed air, Aquarius. And so maybe it's time for you to open up more to someone else's perspective, to open up more to someone else's truth, and maybe to open up more to someone else's experience. Because sometimes our experience plays a very big role in why it is that we desire what we desire, right? And everyone's entitled to their own desire of what they want the experience to be. We're all individuals, right? When you get into one consciousness and how we're all one, it's like, yes, we are all one consciousness experiencing itself as many different fragments. But at the same time, as that one consciousness experiencing itself in different fragments, so too must we honor, accept, and value the differences in each perspective, right? So it's like, yes, we're all one, but at the same time, we are all one, right? We are all individuals at the same time as we're all a part of this one. Because if it wasn't necessary or valuable or whatever, stop. If it wasn't necessary or valuable or whatever for us to experience this individual experience, we wouldn't be doing it. So don't discredit my individuality because you need for us to be all one for you to come to whatever space that you need to come into, right? It's about having a working knowledge and understanding of both. And again, let me get off my sad soapbox because maybe it is your journey in this lifetime to go harder in that perspective to find whatever it is that you're looking for this time around. But for me personally, it's not that I'm over one consciousness, but I'm like, in my mind, for me specifically, it doesn't make sense for me to buy into the philosophy that we are all one and at the same time discredit my individuality because it's like according to that line of thinking that's literally the reason why I'm here is to experience my life as me through my eyes, through my mind, through my perspective. And personally, I can honor and respect people without needing to boil us all down to being one person, right? Like you don't have to be me for me to value you. You don't have to be me for me to respect you. We don't have to be the same for me to think of you as a person. Maybe that, I mean, it would seem, and again, I'm on my sad soapbox because it makes me heated. It would seem that people need that congruence and that similarity to be able to accept other people and to be able to respect other people. But in my mind, I'm like, why does somebody have to be just like you for you to value them? Maybe it's because I'm like a triple minority at least. Not saying I don't have any privileges because I do, But you know, I also got a lot of a few minority checks that I ticks that I make on the box. And so maybe that's what makes it easier for me to be like, I don't have to be just like you in order for me to be valid. And I don't need you to be like me in order for you to be valid. Because, I mean, I came down here to experience this life as me. And you're down here to experience this life as you. So, whatever your journey is and wherever that takes you, I acknowledge and I honor and I respect that. But I personally feel like we can get a little bit further if we can, with this Gemini North node, learn to accept the duality of the and instead of that Sagittarian South node duality of the or, right? And it's weird because like Gemini is the or, like we can do this or we can do that or we can do that or this or that or that. Sagittarius is more like it's this and that, it's that and that, it's either this or that, it's black or white. Gemini is like it could be black, it could be white, it could be gray, it could be a charcoal gray, it could be a heather gray, it could be green, it could be hunter green, or it could be forest green, or it could be what's another one? It's not, what is it? Oh, Kelly green, it could be Kelly green, or it could be red, or like a blood orange, or like a scarlet, like or a ruby, you know what I mean? Sagittarius is like, what? What is color? What is in between? Hashtag not all Sag. I mean, you got a lot of Sagittarian energy in your chart. So Google Sagittarius. let me stop. I mean, Sagittarius are kind of sort of known for that. You know, they like to be loved, but they don't want to be locked up. So, and you got a lot of Sag energy. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna shut this down here. My feet are nice and soaked. I want to see how brown the water is. Oh, it's not even that. It's not even that. I could have put another bag of tea in here. I mean, it is mint tea, right? I'm gonna upload a picture of my feet in this water, and that's gonna be the thumbnail. So look forward to that. Just kidding, obviously. Kidding. Okay. I've been on here for nearly 3 hours. So I'm gonna go now. I hope you have a great day, a great afternoon, a great evening, a great night, whatever it is, whenever you see this. I hope you have a good one. I'm sending you all of the love that I have to spare and all of the light in the universe. I can send you a whole bunch of light, but you get spare love. I'm sorry. Sorry. Where things are rationed right now. And I gotta love myself, because if I don't love myself first, Venus is gonna snatch me up and she gonna have me running the rat race just like everybody else. Because that was my pre-retrograde Venus lesson. Was like, you need to care. And I was about to fall into the trap earlier today, but something within me was like, you need to care more about yourself. You need to love yourself more, and you need to care about your own happiness before you go caring about how hard somebody else got it, because you can't continue to sacrifice the things that make you happy for other people. You've done way too much. You've come way too far to fall into this chocolate flavor of the same trap when you've had vanilla bean, you've had original, you've had strawberry, you've had lemon, you've had pink and yellow, when pink and yellow aren't strawberry or lemon. Like, you ain't gotta taste chocolate too to know it's the same thing. So y'all get spare love. Unless, you hold a greater piece of my heart, then you get spare love plus the love I already have for you. But for the rest of y'all, I send y'all spare love and all of the light in the universe. And I will catch y'all. I will catch y'all later. Today's been fun. I can't wait to see what tomorrow brings when I dump some more. This is a colonic week, right? Is it a colonic, or is it it's an enema, or what's the other one? what they call it? It ain't an enema. What is it? It's suppository. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry.